get physical. It's Jordan here, back again with this week's update and all the physical releases coming to the Switch. We are in the second full week of November, the 8th until the 12th, Monday to Friday, retail, low print imports, and our community spotlight. Now, I just want to address something that's been brought up the past 2 or 3 weeks. A lot of people, even a lot of the regulars who watch every week and comment every week, a lot of you have been asking or suggesting that we may have been deleting comments. And the answer to that is no, we have not. We don't delete any comments whatsoever unless you tell us to die of cancer or something. Then we'll delete those, but the rest of them, we don't delete any comments whatsoever. So something funky is going on with YouTube, and I don't know what, but it's not us. I promise you, we don't delete your comments. We appreciate every single comment that you make, even the ones that keep saying that I look like Sheldon from Big Bang. Even those, sometimes. Also, by the way, remember, 100,000 subscribers, you're gonna win a Nintendo Switch OLED model, and I'm gonna get a Steambot tattoo, remember that. Alright, Blue Reflection Second Light is another RPG from Koei Tecmo, and their endless RPG producing machine, Gust. This is the second game in the series, the first game released on the Vita, I believe, and got the same kind of reception as their Atelier games. The critics sort of liked it, but the consumers really liked it. I think I'd probably enjoy this one a lot. It looks really fantastic, right up my alley. Sadly, I do not have time to do a review. I have so much on my plate at the minute. I have to work this weekend, Outside of the channel, it's very busy. But expect to see a lot of 7 out of 10s from people who are forced to play a 40-hour RPG against their will. I did get a review code, so maybe one day I can give my thoughts on it, but for now I will eagerly await your thoughts on it. And our executive producers, Jonathan Rumor and Thorn Metal Luna, they've chosen this as their pick of the week. Turnip Boy commits tax evasion is a ridiculous premise. A turnip who is a menace to society by not paying his tax. Naughty boy. Here you'll play a top-down Zelda-style game, solve puzzles, battle enemies, and bring down a corrupt government. It's supposedly a very decent game indeed, with the main issue being its short length. It's about 3 hours. 4 hours at a push to 100%, which for this genre is definitely on the shorter end. But everyone loves avoiding paying taxes. We all love that. It's what brings humanity together. We like keeping our money to ourselves. And our executive producers, Parsnip Coffee, Cartoon Soren, and Boombox, they've chosen this as their pick of the week. Perky Little Things is a must-own title for fans of nonsense. With atrocious box art, awful font, and bland gameplay, there are no more words for me to use. I mean, it's a hidden object game with boobs. This is Funbox Media's third game in their seemingly successful Lewd series, following on from the classic Waifu Uncovered, Block Knockers, and the soon-to-be Hentai vs. Evil. This is exclusive to European shelves, not that you'd find it on any shelves, but if you're in America and you need some boobs if the internet goes down for a couple of hours, then I'll pop import links down below. This comes with a 200+ page art book, so maybe you can fap off to that too. The Smurfs mission ViLeaf is a 3D action platformer from Microids. Here you have a Luigi's Mansion style sucking and blowing device to tackle the ViLeaf, whatever they are. I've got to be honest, it actually looks rather decent from the gameplay shown in the trailer, at least for kids. It is Microids though, so you have to be slightly cautious about the performance on the Switch. They don't have the best track record out there, so perhaps hold tight for reviews to see how it holds up and see if it's the best Smurfs game ever. Not that I've ever played one, but I do have one on the Wii U in my collection. My Singing Monsters Playground looks to be a competitive party game. It's a spin-off of the popular mobile game from the early 2010s. Looks like it could be half decent fun for 4 friends together if they're of a younger persuasion, and you don't fancy the extra $20 for Mario Party Superstars. Shin Megami Tensei V is a godly JRPG, the long-awaited sequel to a series loved by fans of the genre. It feels like a lifetime ago since this game was announced. In fact, it was revealed the same time as the Nintendo Switch, and that was almost half a decade ago, believe it or not. The amount of hair I've lost since this game was announced up until release, well, it's tragic. But less about my personal issues. It looks set to be an all-time classic. Again, no time for a review, sorry, but plenty of other reviews were published last week. Monster recruitment in a post-apocalyptic world, slow tactical battles, this is all I really need in a game. If we can't get Persona, then Shin Megami Tensei will do just fine indeed. Hopefully it is a success and was worth the long wait for both the fans and the developer. And our executive producers JCross7776, Raven Knight, Vilos Alexander Cato, Dane Wilkinson, God Resin, and Michael Del Polito, they've chosen this as their pick of the week. Pups and Purrs Animal Hospital is another jabbing puppies with needle simulator. Apparently kids just can't get enough of it. This is published by a rather respectable publisher, so it might be half decent for young ones who are obsessed with animals or role-playing doctors and stuff. Although as a personal dog owner myself, I can't imagine putting eye drops into my dog because my dog would not put up with that shit. Real Farm looks to be releasing this week, yet another farming game, except this one is real. Yes, so real you actually need to get up at 4 AM in order to start playing. Actually, that's not true. Apparently, this features an open world where you grow from a lowly farmhand to the CEO of the world's entire corn supply, where you can dictate which countries will or won't survive the famine when the apocalypse comes. That's not true either, it's just a farming game. Okay, now a game that, well, I technically didn't miss, I just didn't believe the release date since it was always getting pushed back every time I looked, so Just Die Already, apparently it's actually out now. This is subtitled as an old people mayhem sandbox, where old people do ridiculous stuff and cause chaos. I was gonna say this is just another Goat Simulator ripoff until I found out it was made by the same designers. You can either play alone or best with 4 people together. Looks like wacky enough fun. Monster Crown is a game that I definitely did miss, mainly because I thought it got pushed back to next year, but no, it's actually out in most places except the good old UK. Yes, mainland Europe and North America have seemingly had this for a few weeks already. Why did no one tell me? It's basically a Pokemon style game, kinda good apparently, but not exceptional. Worth looking at if you need more Pokemon style stuff in your life. And our executive producer Robotech has chosen this as his pick of the week. Are you ready? It's that time of the week again. It is Code in a Box bullshit. Ion Fury, a pretty decent FPS, retro in style. It's already got a physical release, don't be upset. Instant Sports Tennis Bundle. You get 2 plastic pieces of crap with a code in a box of a crappy shovelware game. It is the ultimate bullshit. And that concludes this week's Code in a Box bullshit. Alright, The Little Prince DeathSmiles I II was finally announced for pre-order by Strictly Limited Games. I don't know what took them so long since we knew they were coming for a while now. Anyways, they put up pre-orders for this in a standard and collector's edition, which comes with all sorts of stuff. Now, I've mentioned this release so many times already in the lead up to its Japanese release, which is in a month's time. I think plenty of you ordered that one already, and you're gonna get it so much earlier than this one. But I guess this is better if you prefer an English cover. You can pre-order this right now at strictlylimited.com. Expect it later next year, maybe Christmas time, and our executive producer Jack Severus and Brent McLean have chosen this as their pick of the week. Blazing Chrome is getting a nice surprise re-release in Europe. This is being published by Pix and Love, the French company who put out some nice products. This is getting a standard edition as well as a collector's edition, and it should be available to order already. This is a fantastic, kind of expensive game to get if you want the limited run edition these days, so it's nice it's getting another lease of life. It's a Contra style game going for the 16-bit look. It's just fantastic. What else is there to say? It's great. Can I just say that I cannot believe I missed this absolute gem from Limited Run last week. Crysis 2 was put up for order last week with actual stock in hand. Yes, jumping into the fray after the first game launched, physically hijacking the second and third games in the series with promise of higher profits. I do love the fact that the publisher is constantly hinting at a retail release in Europe and putting Limited Run in a panic trying to say, it's not true, it's not true. It gave me a good few chuckles last week. I mean, yeah, it's probably not coming in Europe, but you know, it's nice to see them sweat just a little bit. And Punky Dooster, our executive producer, has chosen this as his pick of the week. Redout Space Assault is an arcade-style on-rail space shooter, kind of like Star Fox. While graphically it's impressive on the Switch, I did see reviews at the time that indicated it's a slightly shallow experience. This is currently up for pre-order at Limited Run Games right now for a 4-week pre-order period. I'll just stick with Star Fox 64 personally. Alright, let's jump into the imports. Remember guys, if anything takes your fancy and you'd like to import it for yourself, then consider using the links below in the description and the pinned comment. If you use those links, if you click those links, then it also helps support us at the same time. Really, we earn a small cut and it supports this Let's Get Physical series more than you can possibly know. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Plus in return, if you use our links, you can also get a very nice 5% off any physical item from PlayAsia if you use the coupon code SwitchWatchTV while checking checking out. It's all one word, SwitchWatch TV, while checking out for 5% off any physical item. Plus, it is free shipping month still, so yeah, if you have any orders over $50, well, over $49, then you can get free shipping, so now is the best time. Eternal Radiance is getting an alternate release over on PlayAsia this week. This is just a standard edition with different artwork, which is nice nonetheless. Sadly, it doesn't come with any of the goodies that the edition over at oneprintgames.com does, so no soundtrack CD, which is a bummer, and it's more expensive for some reason. But either way, this is an action RPG with some visual novel elements. It looks rather nice, and of course it has English. And there's not a whole lot else this week, but there's an interesting double pack of Monster Hunter Rise and Monster Hunter Stories 2 coming together into one nice package, and this Japanese release does have English. Might be a nice way for you to get both at a cheaper price, maybe. I don't even know what the price is. There's also a good few releases that don't have English. Megaton Masashi, which looks pretty cool, but no English. Dragon Quest X Heroes of the Heavenly Stars Online, no English. Laid Back Camp Have a Nice Day, no English. Labyrinth of Galeria Coven of Dusk, no English. And also I want to give you an update on one new interesting announcement, as well as a shipping update for PlayAsia exclusive. Firstly, Romancing Saga 2. Yes, 2 is finally getting an English language physical release in Asia, and oh my god, it's beautiful. Following on from the release of 3, they've gone back and done what people have been asking literally years for. Romancing Saga 2 was a Japanese-only Super Famicom JRPG back in the day from Square. This was massively ahead of its time back in the day, with non-linear progression where the story can change depending on which choices you make, which events have already happened, and who you have in your party. This stunning box art is gonna look fabulous alongside the recent re-release of Romancing Saga 3, a must-have for JRPG fans. This is releasing on December 23rd. It's a Christmas miracle. Links are below to pre-order. Also, a quick update to tell you that Smashing the Battle Ghost Soul, one of PlayAsia exclusives, was starting to be sent out late last week. Mine is already off to the UK nice and safely. I know some of you prefer to wait till the product is in stock before ordering, so now is the time to get these this anime brawler for yourself. Remember, there's a standard edition and a collector's edition with the soundtrack CD. Links are below. Alright, the community spotlight. Now this week I'm giving away, I forgot what is it. Oh yeah, This Is the Police 2, because it was super cheap. Brian D. Mill sent in this funky photo of some interesting titles. Tokyo School Life is a visual novel that's exclusive to Video Game Plus. Well, apparently, but I think you can find it elsewhere from resellers. And also the very trippy Hypnospace Outlaw. Nice to see that out and about. Steven665, thanks for using our links and code on some of these games. A nice mix of genres, a couple of JRPGs, a couple of visual novels, and a good old shmup collection. Lovely. The One sent in this photo. Thanks for using our links to pick up some of these. Really love the imports, both Super Robot Wars 30 and Fatal Frame. That's some fantastic cover art right there. Very clean and simple with its vertical logo. I love it. Executive producer Cartoon Soren wants to show off the lovely Dragon Quest Builder series, a rather underrated sandbox RPG series, and I really should play these more. Art Phoenix Asordis picked up these games, including the lovely Japanese cover version of Ni no Kuni 2. Love that one. Plus the rather rare Melty Blood. That is not easy to get a hold of. I don't know why they printed so few of those, since I genuinely wanted to give it a try. Looks like a fun fighter. Transient Image picked up these for the Switch. He got in Kyogeki Quartet Fighters, a nice retro style shooter that's made with multiplayer in mind. I grabbed one myself when they were going super cheap. Great little package. Executive producer Thorn Metaluna sent in this photo of some recent pickups. Nice to see the Lyrica double pack there at the center top. Really lovely rhythm game that I think most people will overlook. Luna 23 sent in this photo of some interesting titles, a lot of heavy hitters. I think I would have 100% picked up Spyro if it was all on the cartridge. Sadly, my internet may take days to download the rest of the game, and that's if I have enough space on my SD card. No thanks. Static sent in this photo of the triple pack of super rare releases. I tell you that Littlewood is gonna be worth a lot in the future. Executive producer God of Resin has just washed our eyes in shades of red and grey with this heavy helping of Metroid Dread, including one from Japan. Now that's what I call support. Fluttershout got in a double helping of the Atelier triple packs, Atelier Dust Trilogy, and the more recent Mysterious Trilogy, two fantastic imports that have English. 6 excellent JRPGs in one. The price ain't cheap, but I would say it's worth it. Our executive producer Punky Deuster got in the fantastic Cruising Blast, and is hopefully taking advantage of that racing wheel to cause chaos. Really fun game, and I'm glad a lot of people seem to agree with my review of it. West Country Blue got in Stubbs the Zombie, a rather interesting older title with a fantastic soundtrack. I literally listened to the soundtrack while writing this episode, so that's how awesome I think it is. Our executive producer Robotech picked up this massive game, some recent, some older ones. He even got in the Chinese cover version of Empire of Angels. I know they printed some with Chinese covers since the series was very popular in that region. Rovest made me want to vomit in my shoes with YouTubers Life OMG. I wonder, did they have to license YouTube, or is the noun YouTubers not trademarked? Just curious. The second game actually just came out, by the way, but digital only at the minute. Marty Mar picked up a healthy selection of titles and a nice Switch OLED. Nice to see the Castlevania collection out and about. Feels like an eternity, but it's finally in people's hands. I just wish it was at retail. Lord Vapor got in Raiden 4 Mikado, which, after much delay, finally released in Europe. I gave up mentioning this one a long time ago, but here it is in the flesh. Ganeka's got in a double helping of imports too, very highly recommended releases. Romancing Saga 3, the Hong Kong version with the amazing artwork, and of course No More Heroes double pack. Both of these have English. Our executive producer Raven Knight picked up the magnificent Metroid Dread. I heard that a demo recently released on the eShop, so finally I might be able to try it myself. Lars picked up Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. We've seen this a lot, like a lot. This is an absolute smash hit, which for a visual novel style game is fantastic to see. I think the publisher is going to be happy with how this is doing. Drew picked up 6 fantastic imports that I can highly recommend each and every one of them. I'm financially not in the greatest area at the minute, mainly due to recently buying an apartment, but that Grandian Romancing Saga would 100% be in my collection otherwise. Mika picked up a healthy dose of games, including Collar Cross Malice, which is a high-quality Otomi visual novel, slightly on the darker side as you are a police officer who's saddled with a poisonous collar and must find clues to save your life and your city. Dark stuff, but hey, you get to bang dudes at the end. Vay picked up these games. He always gets the essential imports nice and early, and we can see Tiger Heli collection that is super niche, but no doubt a great package for fans of those retro shooters. Alright, it's Roundup time. Cyan Wisp, Tech Zone, Champ Dancer, Needless Dragon, Sosha, Tired Agent, Issa, Ashura G, Starvey, Merciless Switch Collector, Stewie, Kraid, Jupa, Max1216, Visipan, Adam Karaskilo, Brian the Retro Gaming Guy, Jose Zapata, Joshua Brown, Kel. Okay, please send me your pictures on Twitter at SoWhatAboutGame. You can DM me or tag me in a post and use the hashtag Let's Get Physical. You can send it to our email address, switchwatchspotlight@gmail.com, and we have a Discord, which the server link is below, and you can send your pictures there in the submissions section. Please just send me 1 picture per week. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode of New Physical. Special thanks to our executive producers, Dane Wilkinson, God of Resin, Boombox, Brent McLean, Jonathan Rumor, Santa Tartaruga, Alexander Cato, J-Cross7776, Elissa, Punky Dooster, Michael Del Polito, Cartoon Soren, Jack Severus, Velos, Robotech, Z, Raven Knight, Thorn Metal Luna, and Parsnip Coffee. Thank you for your support. Plus you watching right now. If you watched all the way through, give me a demon, maybe, emoji in the comments for Shin Megami Tensei. I don't know. And I'll give you one back if there is one. I don't even know. And yeah, check out some of our other stuff. We've got some shmup imports. We've got some other stuff. Yeah, check them out. See you guys over there. Have a good one.